I guess heart sort of is whatever you and I are kind of up to at the time.
We spent a lot of energy.
Well, we decided to take some time off to get back to our writing. And we'd been really touring so constantly, album tour thing, that we just felt we needed a break. And Capitol said, take as much time as you need, so we did. And that's the, you know, after the Brigade tour, we got the Love Mongers together and really explored the acoustic, local, small club scene and theater scene, and really got back, you know, kind of like when you're always in the encapsulated world of rock, kind of a real sheltered world, really. One-dimensional in so many ways. And if you're not out in the world, pretty soon you don't have anything to write about anymore, except me, I'm cool, you know, or my sexuality,
or I'm pissed, you know?
Yeah, or I'm pissed. Yeah, something about yourself, I guess. So we just went out and lived a little bit.
I think that on the Heart album, the Bad Animals album, and the Brigade album, we were a lot more, shall I say, Germanic, perhaps.
White? You mean white?
Caucasian.
Caucasian. But much more up and down, left and right. You know, I mean,
yeah.
On this album, I think.
Four on the floor.
Right.
Kinda.
I think there's just a little bit, there's a lot more groove. And a big part of it is that Nance and I have been doing African dance for a year as a workout thing. And then in that, we've been turned on to all this music and all this groove, and it's just something that really lights us up. And so we wanted to carry it into our own field. You know?
We're doing a combination of yoga and African dance for the aerobic part, and then
Pilates.
And then it's more.
It's dance, and it's you do it with a teacher. You just follow the leader, and you dance for like any. You can dance for an hour, or you can dance for half an hour, whatever you want.
A lot of the movements.
By the time you're done, you're transported as well as
yeah, and you're in a pool.
Spiritual.
A pool of sweat.
Yeah.
Spiritual sweat.
Yeah. We call it church.
Yeah, we do. It's really fun. It's a high. I mean, you can see how they go into trances when you're. A lot of different cultures and ethnic cultures have trance dancing, you know, and you kind of do. Once you're past the first 15 minutes, then you kind of get that high, you know, the endorphin cocktail, we call it. When we were doing that song just a month or so ago with Heart, we did a little theater tour. And a couple of nights, people brought bells to the shows, and they were like ringing the bells for that song. It was cool.
I always forget I'm in public, you know? I mean, except when we're on the road, then you kind of get used to it. But, you know, when you get home and you're in the studio or something and you put out a record, you feel, I don't know, I feel always sort of very private, and then I'm always surprised, even after all this time, when people go, ew, I hate that, or that means this, or oh, I love that, you know. It's always great. It's a real surprise. It's horrible or it's great, but it's always a surprise.
You can go through and find out anything about anything. You can see our baby pictures, like rare home movies, you know, Super 8 home movies from the 50s or the 60s.
Voiceovers by Nancy and by me and by
new interviews. All the songwriters, almost all the songwriters we've written with are interviewed, or there's a section about them on there, and there's discographies and clips from videos, all of our videos that we've ever done, and even pre-MTV videos.
Yeah, and there's even a poem, some prose that I wrote when I was leaving home.
Oh yeah.
To my mother,
So it's real in-depth.
My mother gave to him, you know, for the CD-ROM, and then she wrote something back to me, and so we both read these things on the CD-ROM. It's very intimate. Yeah.
I think it's cool that something so high tech could be something that brings the fan closer to you as a person, you know, because the whole image thing usually puts you way up on this pedestal, and she's glamorous, she's sexy, she has huge hair, she has, you know, all those things that image dictates you to think. but I think the CD-ROM is great because you, especially in this way, it's like a total family album or encyclopedia where it's enormously personal. If you want to get personal, you can find out how much we really are just people.
Oh,
yeah.
Lane, yeah.
Lane, jar of flies, daily.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, we also have on tape a version of Chris Cornell doing it, a version of
The guy from Brad.
the guy from Sean.
Sean, yeah.
We really had a lot of different ideas for who should sing that part, and among them were Dylan, God, all kinds of people.
Robert Plant.
Yeah, and everybody turned us down. And so we said,
Or they were busy.
yeah. And so we said, well, the hell with these guys. Let's get somebody we know who's great, who's young, who's a great singer, who's full of, hey, Lane, come here! You know, because
He was in town for like
Yeah,
one night.
for one night.
Between Lollapalooza and vacation. He's like,
Yeah.
Lane, come over here right now. So he did. He bailed us
That's
out.
cool.
Oh, those killer lyrics. I mean, you just
And, yeah.
want to stop even trying to write songs when you know, when you look at lyrics like that.
And to hear Lane sing some words like, and the mountains are filled with little lost sheep. I mean,
Yeah.
you never hear him sing.
That, talk
words
about
like that.
irony.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this ironic person singing these amazingly ironic lyrics.
And he's such a dark hero, you know, I mean, his image is so shredded and he's so, you know, troubled and all this kind of stuff. And then to hear him sing these brilliant Dylan lyrics is just powerful as hell. You know what you could do? You could do the kick in a way that was like a joke, like a practical joke, where it's like you could kick and your shoe could fly off, like